It's amazing the stories you'll stumble on. Out on crop tour, photojournalist Matt Moorman checked out the Lied Lodge during the tour's stop in Nebraska. And a new chef is helping raise awareness about food and where it comes from.
There you go, multicolors. So it's not only tasty, but it's a pretty one to look at. And it's really a mixture of tomatoes. We have lots of squash and melons, beets. We've done all kinds of eggplant, onions, kale, carrots. So enough to make a nice salad.
So it's our first attempt at it. It was something that I was pretty adamant about whenever I was called about the job. A farm from a culinarian standpoint means something maybe entirely different than a lot of people do. I think produce and vegetables and fruits and that side of things, and then I found out we didn't have one. But we had all of the resources and ability to have one that you need to get it started. And so I got with Mark. He was as gung-ho about it as I was.
I'm up for a big challenge, so I was like, we're going to do all of them. So basically what you see around here, this is just mowed area. And we decided to turn it into the garden for the farm and ultimately for timbers in the kitchen. By the coloration, you can tell it's ready to be harvested.
I'm hoping it brings a little bit of awareness, I guess, first and foremost, to the efforts that we put in here. The amount of communication and effort that takes place on my end, on the farm side as well. It's a good thing to know where your food comes from. It's a good thing to know what's on your plate, every ingredient. And from a seasonality standpoint, it forces creativity. It forces menu changes. It forces flexibility. If something dies off early, you have to be ready to change it. You just can't have tomatoes in the middle of wintertime and watermelons in the middle of winter time. So it forces us from a culinary standpoint to be ready to change and to be flexible with whatever's thrown our way. I really like the end of summer, early fall, to where you're just getting bombarded with tomatoes, and yet you still have some summer squash, but then you're starting to get into the fall squash varieties as well, which I think are a lot more fun to cook with and have a lot more flavor in it. And then just seeing those two seasons kind of marry together on a plate.